21 HP Archer, 10 elixir per round, gizmos deleted, and the bubble. Forget everything you know about Clash Mini. The upcoming changes will result in a completely new game. I'll go over them one by one and explain the necessary details. The main change we are looking at is the fact that you cannot move your minis anymore. Similar to a gizmo, once the round starts, they will be deemed immovable. As you can see here from the gameplay, the minis placed this round has a green flashing square below it, which indicates that it is movable. On the next round, the square is now gone and the minis will be staying there until the end of the match. On your preparation phase, the enemy minis placed on the previous round will be visible, and when you try to deploy a mini, it will show the range of their attack and it will show a dotted red line that informs you of their first target. This is where the bubble comes into play. On round 1, there is no way of knowing the enemy hero placement, so they added the bubble to show you their hero while making sure to indicate that the placement is not yet apparent. These rules will be applied to duels, rumbles, and events to keep everything consistent between all game modes. Although this has me wondering, how would the bubble function when we have a double hero situation? There will be one exception to this rule, and it is the Natureborn. Natureborn will have one extra move to give the player the chance to swap between her deer form and her human form mid-match. This was done to make sure she doesn't lose her unique gimmick, and because now all the minis function like a gizmo, the developers decided to remove them from duels and rumbles completely and keep them for fun, wacky event game modes. You might be wondering, why are they taking away the movement entirely? As stated by Fan, the game lead, he feels like the game is too random and doesn't have enough depth to make the average player feel like they outplayed the opponent and were in control of the match. Personally, I feel like it does have depth and skill to it, but the game fails horribly at communicating the importance of placement and mind games to the player. So most of them are leaving before they understand how the game should actually be played, and in my opinion, this change is the perfect fix for this problem, or that's what I hope. The next thing is the game will see a significant change in the elixir system, the reroll system, the tile system, the way some minis function, and even the sudden death system. The elixir system now offers more elixir the deeper you go into a match. The numbers aren't final, but on round 1 you can see 6 elixir, but progressively over time it becomes higher the later in the game you are. And for every round you lose, you will be getting 3 extra elixir, which will help you bounce back and get that juicy comeback. The reroll system will see a mechanic which allows you to pay 1 elixir for a reroll when you run out of free rerolls. This is not yet confirmed to be 100% in the game, so commenting how you feel about it would help the devs actually decide whether to keep it or get rid of it. The tile system will see an interesting change. When the match starts, you will be met with a tile right off the bat, but what's interesting is in later rounds another set of tiles will be spawning, in which changes the pace of the match and encourages players to find more strategic methods to win the game. For minis, we haven't seen much of those reworks because it is meant for later and they are not yet finalized, but we can spot a few things. The HP count is increasing drastically, since if you notice, the golden giant went from 16 HP to 30 HP and the upgrade now gives 15 HP instead of only 3. That's a 150% increase to the HP compared to before, where it was 118.75% increase. Obviously, with the numbers not being final, it is still nice to know that they are making the required adjustments to make sure the new system does not completely break the game. The new sudden death is now frenzy mode, which will boost the speed and the damage of all minis we have until we have a winner. And 2 final small details. Now all the ability descriptions are simpler and shorter, and the spear goblin looks I have no idea how I feel about this. If you want to stay up to date with all the Update 7 sneak peeks, make sure to subscribe to this channel, my dude.